I'm going to start with E50. So I don't do it very neatly. I just want to get kind of a bit of a base down, and I kind of stay away from the edges and whatnot in the beginning. So that's all there is to it. Start with that, and then this time I'm going to use E21. Normally I go in with E51, but I thought I would start trying something just in a bit of a different shade, and E21 is a little bit darker, so just for more contrast. So that's what I put in along the bottom for some shading, where there would be like a bit of darkness under her hair and whatnot. So just like that. Then I go back in with the E50, the lighter one, and that's when I blend it all together so that you don't see the lines. Okay, so that's it. Now for her cheeks, I want to add a bit of R20, which is blush. You can do this kind of one of two ways. You can either take the R20 itself and color it in, or you can take the tip of your E50 marker and just pick up some of the color. I don't know if you'll be able to see that or not, but it's got some of the pink on it, and then you just dab it into place. This gives a much softer look than just coloring directly onto the image with the R20, and it blends out obviously pretty much effortlessly because you're doing it with the E50 marker, just like that. I'll do the same thing on the other side. Oh, and always make sure to scribble off any of the color you picked up, and then the marker's fine. So I did that. Now I want to go in and finish the rest of the little bit of skin that's showing. Skin is done. After skin, I always do the hair, and today I'm going to color her hair brown. So I've chosen E25, E27, and E29. These are kind of my go-to colors for brown hair. Again, I'm going to lay down just a light base. Now I'm going in with the next shade darker, which is the E27. Now I'm taking the E29. I'll go back in a little bit with the E27 just to blend the two darkest. There we go. And then back in with the lightest, which is the E25, and I'm going to blend them all together. Okay, I want the highlight area to be a little more defined, so I'm going to go in with my colorless blender and just push some of the color out by quickly scribbling it across the lightest area. And I'll just quickly finish her curls with the browns. Now I want to go in and color all the areas that I've decided to color red. So I'm using R27 and R29. And the areas that I want red are the little cross on the top of her hat. Gently dab some of the color, and then the little band I wanted to color red as well. You need to be really careful with the reds, regardless of whether you're using Copics or water-based markers or ink. Because of the color saturation, red has a tendency to just go everywhere. Like, it will seep, it will run, it can stain, it's actually kind of a pain to work with because it's such a vibrant color. It looks good, you just need to be careful. Because I'm using colors so close together, the R27, the R29, you don't really need to work very hard at all at blending them. In fact, you almost don't even need to blend them, they just naturally kind of run into each other. So I'm going to color her dress red as well. And again, just being really careful, kind of staying away from the edges as I lay down the base color. And then go back in with the R29 and add the darker shade where I want it. And now just go back with the R27 and blend it together. I also want to color her boots and the little cross on her medical bag red. Okay, So all the red's done. Now I want to go in and color just a couple of little areas that I want to color black. So I'm using 100 black and 110, which is called Special Black, and it's like just a shade lighter. So I'm going to take the Special Black first and color the bottom of her boots, and I've decided I also want to color her little bag black as well. On camera you're probably not going to be able to see the difference between the two, or at least I highly doubt it. Okay, I'm going to go in and add a bit, lighten the color a bit with the colors blender, just so that you're able to see some of the detail and whatnot. Again, you need to go, especially with a color so intense, you need to be really careful, because if you use the color blender too much and push too hard, you will seep all the colors out of the lines, which already is kind of happening right here. So I'm just gently dabbing along the outside with the color blender to kind of push the color back, and then I'm just going to leave it. Last but not least, I want to just emphasize the white, like the white of her apron, the hat, and her little fairy wings. So I've chosen BG10 and BG0000. Adding blue always makes white pop, and these are my kind of go-to colors, so I'm just going to add a teeny little bit along the edges. And then I'm taking the BG0000 and just kind of going over that to blend out the BG10. And then to finish that off, I'll take my colorless blender and really blend all that together so that it fades to white. Okay, and last but not least, I want to add a little bit of ground to the image and some shading. So I've chosen my W5, W3, W1, and W00. I'm going to take a tiny bit of the W5 and add that to just closest to the image at the ground, and that is all I'll use of that. Then I take my W3 and add a little bit more and go a little further, and then I go in with the W1 and go even further with it just to blend them together. And then last but not least, I use the W00 to finish the blending. And then I want to add a little bit of shading and whatnot around the image, so I'm just going to go in with my W1 and then blend that out with the W00. Alright, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will post a picture of all the colors I used at the end of this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!